Good morning, guys. Well, it is the most beautiful blue sky October morning, and it was actually so lovely and cold and frosty this morning, but it's actually warmed up quite a lot now. I'm doing some steps and I actually feel a little bit on the warm side, but I'm actually just walking to Megan and Niall's house because I've got the ultimate honor this morning of babysitting baby Winnie. Freaking love that girl so much. She's just such a sweet little girl, and just I feel like her little personality is just so shining through now. It's amazing to see. They've just moved house, so I'm actually just about to walk past their old house, but their new house is still like really close to ours. But I thought I'd walk this morning because I've had one of those weeks where I've just been at my desk like solidly what feels like the whole week. So my step count has just been so low, and I really want to make it up for the end of this week. I do try and aim for 10k steps a day, and it doesn't happen every single day, but some days I end up doing more. Do you know what? If you want to hit good steps every day, a hack is just to live in a city without a car. I'm going fully in my activewear today. This little Free People fleecy jumper on, which I just wear so much in the winter. I think it's just super easy to throw on. Because cheekily, I'm gonna try and do an upper body workout when Megs gets back in their home gym, because they've just put in, honestly, like the most incredible home gym in like a little outbuilding in their new house, and I just really want to try it out. I honestly can't believe we are into October though. It's so crazy. And I have been seeing people talk about this winter arc all over social media. I actually made a reel like talking about it yesterday, didn't know what it was. And I looked into it and I was like, I actually love this kind of like as a concept, I guess. I just had a Google of like exactly the definition of it so I could read it to you. But basically, the winter arc refers to a period where individuals use the coldest, darkest days of the year as a means to refocus, pre-visualize, and arrive at their desired destination. And that is literally what I want to do. Kind of like, let's knuckle down. It's autumn. We're in October now. Proper autumn feels. Going into winter, and this is the time to like absolutely kill it with your progress. And reading that yesterday, I was like, I'm just so on this vibe, and I hope you guys can also get on this vibe with me. So what I've decided to do is kind of make myself a mini challenge, and if you guys want to sort of, I guess, like follow along with me, then it would be really cool to do it together. I am going to lay out some things that are really important for me, kind of tick off each day or each week to really make the most out of these next couple of months. I'm going to really be focusing in on this with my one-to-one coaching clients as well, because I feel like summer is a tricky time, because I feel like we're all coming off the back of summer where everyone has had like a ton of social plans. It's really hard to keep focused on your goals. It's a time where you kind of already want to be feeling your best, whereas I feel like now it's just knuckle down and let's kill it time. Right, I'm back at my desk, and I thought I'd go through some of my goals with you guys, and obviously if you've got your own, then maybe you could like do this exercise with the things that you've thought of that are most relevant to you. But I've had a little brainstorm, and I've actually got in my planner like the perfect page for this. It's like a start of the month October page. Obviously we're going to be doing it probably a few weeks into October, but that's not the point. When it's not an October challenge, it's like a, let's call it like a winter arc challenge. It's just for all these cold months up until Christmas. So my first one, and something that I have realized, I was saying to Elliot, I just think this is the ultimate form of self-care for me personally, is doing my Sunday meal shop and doing at least 2 hours of meal prep on a Sunday. When we have that in the fridge, we just have a good week. Last night was a really good example of this. Elliot wanted to cook dinner. It was honestly, I'm gonna say like 8 p.m. already, and this happens to us quite regularly. We had steak that was going off in the fridge. He wanted to cook it. If we had anything, like any form of like potato, sweet potato, like starchy carb with that, it probably would have added on like another 20 minutes to our cooking time. And we wanted to eat really quickly and just open the fridge, and we've got steamed greens, roasted sweet potato, and it just, the meal came together so quickly. Just sets me off on the right foot for the week. We do an online food shop, and it makes all the difference, because the minute you throw in a Sunday plan and you don't get back home till like 4 or 5 p.m. on a Sunday, the last thing that you want to be doing is like trying to chase, I mean, shops aren't even always open at that time, but the last thing you want to be doing is trying to go to like your local Tesco and stocking up on your food shop. So I couldn't recommend an online food shop enough. We use Amazon Fresh for quite a lot of stuff, and it gets delivered to your doorstep if you're not in, and I just think that's so good. And it's really such a game changer for us. The other one is something that I never thought I would have as a goal, but this summer it's just made me realise actually quite how much it affects me. And I'm going to try and remember what this podcast I listened to said, but basically it was a guy on the Personal Best podcast. I can't for the life of me remember his name. But he was talking about not drinking. One of the things, let's start off with, that's positive about drinking. I have a really fun time when I drink. I'm never going to be someone who cuts out alcohol. I don't need to. In general, I just would like to cut down on the frequency of it at the moment. Obviously, drinking opens doors to so many kind of more like negative situations, like not exercising. That's something I personally really struggle with when I drink, is just having no motivation to exercise, no motivation to really like even leave the house at all. Also, your motivation to eat healthily and your likelihood of ordering food that's maybe not so healthy, takeaways, meals out, and also spending more money on food is just, it opens the doors to all those kind of situations. And for me personally, they're not conducive with my goals. And then not drinking closes the doors to those situations, but also opens other doors and can just help you to kind of unlock your best. So as much as I'm not saying I'm going to go through October not drinking, I really want to reduce the amount that I'm drinking. So when I am drinking, it's a couple of drinks, and my exceptions to this are probably just going to be weddings, because I mean, we don't actually have any more weddings this year, but weddings to me are a time like I just want to get so stuck in and celebrate and everything like that. But just in my day-to-day life, I don't need to be drinking alcohol every week as I've done in the summer. It just doesn't help me with my goals. So I just thought that guy framed it really, really well. And if you guys are really trying to reach goals, but you're drinking alcohol a lot, maybe just think to yourself, is this definitely the right thing for me to be doing? Just gonna write that down. What should I say? Minimal alcohol. Okay, so next one, I guess, to do with my training and things that I want to achieve. I really want to be hitting around 10,000 steps a day on average across the week. Now, I say on average because, like I was saying this morning, I don't mind if that's just an average across the week rather than every single day, because like this week I've had lots of days where I've just not been able to hit my steps. Like there's no way I could have done it before it's just pitch black outside. And by the time I'd finished work, I was just so drained anyway. I was like, it's the last thing that I need to be doing. But some days, like today, I can get my average up. So 10,000 on average across the week. And then paired with that, my other goal is to be doing 4 weights sessions a week and 2 squash sessions. I think if you wanted to follow my structure, you could add in the 2 squash sessions. Squash and sessions, wow, that's a tongue twister. The 2 squash sessions to me are, let's just say, like added cardio. Obviously I want to be working on my skills and improving my game and things like that. But if you guys want to do the same thing, you could just add a little bit of cardio at the end of 2 of your workouts. So essentially 4 workouts a week, which I feel for most people is realistic if you really prioritize making the time to do it. If you don't feel like you've got the time during the week, you could definitely do 2 weekend workouts and then just 2 during the week. I also want those to be weight sessions where I am really focusing on progressive overload or working in like a strength rep range. Obviously also focusing on progressive overload, but I just mean more so hitting, let's say, like 5 or 6 reps as opposed to 10 to 12 reps or 8 to 12 reps. God, it's so nice seeing this all written in such a structured way. The last thing that I'm going to say is to get good sleep and try and improve my bedtime routine. I am in such a bad habit at the moment, just being really honest, of working like up to very close to when I'm going to bed. Like I'll stop for dinner and then be like, oh, I'll chill now, and then I'll remember something that I really need to do for the next day, or just something that is just priority in my brain, and I just find it really difficult to not do it then before bed, and then I'm wired, the brain is like ticking. I just really want to prioritize trying to finish work at a more realistic time and then not looking at my phone after that time. I'm not saying don't look at a screen at all, because I don't think that's realistic for most people. I want to switch off by like watching something or like, I don't know, doing something that's probably going to involve a screen realistically. But yeah, just not doing like work things or social media on my phone after I've had dinner at all. So let's see how that one goes. I'm going to put down nighttime routine. I sleep pretty well in general, so it's not that, it's more just getting to sleep for me is not always the easiest when I'm working too close to when I go to bed. So those things are going to be the focus of my winter arc challenge. So just to go through, we've got a Sunday food shop and Sunday meal prep. We've got minimal alcohol, 10k steps, 4 weight sessions, 2 squash sessions, and a nighttime routine. And that, when you say it like that, sounds loads, but lots of those things are just like little daily things or like doubling up on one day. I feel like I'm in such a good routine with my nutrition at the moment. I was saying to Elliot, I just feel like it's flowing so well, and I think that should be a reminder to all of you guys that if you don't feel like you're there yet, at some point, if you're trying really hard to do things like eat really healthily or eat high protein or gut friendly or whatever, it will become a habit. I don't feel like it's hard for me at all now, and you've got to remember that at the start of last year, I wasn't eating the way that I eat now. So it was a whole diet overhaul for me, but I'm so in the routine of it now that it's just like no effort at all. I can't imagine wanting to eat any other way because I just love it and it makes me feel so good. So it won't be this hard forever if you're just starting out. I feel like that's probably my main bit of advice. Also put in my reel yesterday, in 3 weeks, you'll feel results. In 6 weeks, you'll see results. In 9 weeks, people will ask how you did it. And in 12 weeks, it will be your new lifestyle to start the new year with. I feel like that is just such a lovely way of looking at it. And that is what I'm gonna kind of put to all my clients, especially ones who are starting around now, because I feel like framing it in that way just makes it so much easier, because I think people view the journey and think, oh, this is where I'm at now and I've got to try so hard to get to where I am then, but actually just 3 weeks of consistency can do you wonders and can just be it's like a snowball effect from there. It's been a bit of an exciting day in our house today because we started our downstairs toilet renovation and it's looking so good. I actually filmed some clips this morning, like first thing before the builders came. I wanted to show you like the tap before they installed it, like what it's like at the moment, how it's going to be, like the tiles and things like that. So I'm going to put these clips in here, even though they were technically filmed before this bit of the video. I just thought I should really record a before clip before the team come and get started on the bathroom. So this is what our existing little tiny cute sink is like, with a tap which I have literally hated ever since we moved in. I don't know if it's like partially because the water's hard here, it just does not pour out really nicely. If you actually put it on fully, it just shoots out. You can't use this sort of tap with this sink basically. And because it's constantly soaking this, we've now got damage to the wall behind and I just don't love how this looks. So that is all gonna be going and we're gonna have a whole little transformation of this space. So we picked up these tiles from Facebook Marketplace. We actually got 3 boxes of them for £25 and it's really hard to buy even just a single box of tiles from a shop. We were really struggling to do it and they are really lovely tiles. They are basically like the Zelig, I think they're called, tiles. My mum, as I've probably mentioned on here before, is an interior designer and she is like an expert in tiles. So not that we have many tiles in this house, but she's pretty kind of clued up on what's good. And she's like, these should be great and kind of easy to install as well. So I think we only need 10 of these. So we're gonna end up popping them back on Facebook Marketplace. If there were enough of them and if they were a slightly different color, I honestly think we would end up doing our kitchen splashback in these because they are really pretty. Each one is very different. It has, you know, like different imperfections and things like that. So hopefully they'll look nice. The star really of this new bathroom is going to be the wallpaper, which I'm bravely going to install by myself if I can, but it just won't be yet. And then this is the tap that I got online. I'm gonna say it was about £98 and it's essentially just like gonna go into the wall like this. We needed a wall tap just because of how the sink's laid out without it costing a bomb to sort this out. And we've gone for something that's a little more traditional just because I do feel like that goes well with the style of our house. And then we will finally have a hot and cold. And do you know what? I've been really trying to figure out what these are called. Would you call them knobs? They're not the actual tap bit, are they? But tap temperature control. I've had to use that word so much while I was talking to the team about doing this bathroom. Can't for the life of me figure out what you'd call them. So I think the change up is gonna look really beautiful. That was just from Victorian Plumbing and the bathroom guys seem to think that that's a decent enough brand. So yeah, the idea will be, obviously it will be coming in where this is at the moment, but it will just go straight into the sink and then hopefully it won't kind of splut water out everywhere. And then we've got the tiles to kind of cover this area and also just ensure that that doesn't happen again because we don't want to cause any sort of long-term damage to the wall. and then the after when I got home. And as I mentioned at the end of the last vlog, this is a bit of a work in progress because I have ordered some wallpaper from Sandberg, and that's the same wallpaper company as I have in this room, and they just have such amazing designs and really, really gorgeous quality. I ordered some wallpaper from there, and I'm gonna be really brave and try and fit it myself because it looks relatively easy online if the room is straightforward. Like this room, for example, is not straightforward. The ceilings are so high in this room, and there are just so many bits where it folds in and out, whereas I don't know, just really intricate bits considering I've never laid wallpaper before. But Elliot's mum does it all the time, and she said it's not even that difficult. So the downstairs toilet it's like a darker space. The light's not very good in there. It's all artificial light, and I feel like it's a good place for me to try it out. So it's not finished down there, but we have got tiles and a new tap in, so cue those clips. So just got back home, and the first stage of our little downstairs toilet kind of renovation is complete. I might just turn the light on to show you. Don't know if it's better with or without the light really. We have a new tap, which I just think looks so lovely. So much better than the old one. Do you know what? You know when you just have something redone, I feel like it's always just a bit of a shock. So when I came in, I was like, oh, you know, it's just, you're so used to seeing something in a specific way, but wow, it's just such an improvement. Common theme with this house, plumbing just was not done well. Every bathroom in this house we've had a problem with. Basically, they've just like put the pipes in really, I'm not even gonna go into it in a terrible way. So what they've had to do, annoyingly, is cut out a bit further into the wall so they could completely redo the piping, but they've done a really, really good job. I said to the guys that I'm gonna wallpaper anyway, so it's honestly just really not the end of the world, but they always just do such a good job. It's just amazing to find people in your area that are trusty and reliable. And the tiles, I love them. I just think they look absolutely perfect. Obviously right now, the whole bathroom is very light cream white beige, but that will change with the wallpaper. Otherwise I would have gone for colored tiles, I think, just to add a little bit, you know, a pop of color. Do you know what? I'm actually thinking now that we have changed the sink, well, the tap, that I just don't know if that mirror works anymore. I think it maybe needs to be a little bit bigger. Maybe you guys can let me know what you think. But yeah, they've done such a good job. I think you can honestly see the color a little bit better without the light on. And that just needs to dry. And then we have got a fully working tap, and it doesn't just spray everywhere, which is just so refreshing. And also it's just so nice. I'm not worried about, you know, this getting wet now, because you can just wipe it off and it's not gonna damage the wall. Don't think the light was very good when I filmed the first clips this morning, but you can see a little bit better here. I just love all the little imperfections, considering they were such a bargain on Facebook Marketplace. They were a really great find. I think we've officially hit proper grey, dark morning season. Every morning this week, I've woken up and lit a candle by my laptop whilst I've been working. And I feel like that says a lot. It's been that kind of like, if you don't make this morning cozy, you're just gonna be like, wow, this is miserable. It rained for about 8 hours yesterday. Every time I went out the house, I went out 3 times. It was raining every single time. Just that kind of light drizzly rain, which is just so unpleasant. But I've put on a really cozy outfit this morning, which I thought I'd show you quickly. This is a new jumper, feels so nice. It's from ASOS. I'm gonna say it's from the Topshop section, but I can't actually remember, but I will link it. It was a little more expensive than I would usually pay for a jumper, but the material, I believe it's like a mohair blend. And I just love the fit. I think I just really like a boxy fit jumper that's a tiny bit cropped. I mean, this isn't that cropped on me, but I'm a little on the shorter side. And it's just so comfy. And I put it on with these joggers, which are not new. I'm gonna say they're from Bow & Tea, and they're just a really, really nice fit. And I think just lovely, cozy color. And I bought Ellie and I some new slippers last week. If you've been here for the last couple of winters, you know we're both obsessed with these slippers. We bought them in Zurich couple of years ago, and I've managed to find somewhere online that does them every year. I mean, last year Office stocked them, but I couldn't find them in stock on Office this year. They are the comfiest thing ever, and if you're trying to be careful with your heating, I'm telling you, a wool pair of slippers that just properly hug your feet. It's just the best thing ever. It just keeps you so much warmer. And yeah, I got myself a green pair this year and Elliot a grey pair, which I'll show you when I go downstairs. I will try and link them because I couldn't recommend them enough. Every time I sit down to film something here, it really annoys me that I've got like that little set of drawers here. It's got like crafty bits in and I just don't really have anywhere to put them. I'm thinking if I could probably just move that into the garage, to be honest. We'll trial it out in the garage. Okay, so I just wanted to sit down and talk to you about the wallpaper situation. It was genuinely one of the hardest things I've ever done. Like it was so challenging, and I naively went into it thinking I'm like relatively good at crafty things. Like it's probably the area that I excel in. And I just went into it thinking it'll be absolutely fine. I think I probably mentioned this already, but the wallpaper that I got from downstairs is from Sandberg. I'm obsessed with their wallpaper. This wallpaper in this room is also from Sandberg. They have a video on their website about how to wallpaper yourself. So I think also seeing that, I was like, well, I can definitely do it myself. Oh my gosh, is it difficult to wallpaper by yourself? And I'm trying to figure out whether it was so much trickier because I was doing a bathroom that had a lot of things to work around. But I laid the first sheet, had it on the wall, I was like, oh great. Got to the second sheet and I was already having to work around the sink in the second sheet. The third sheet was also the sink. The fourth sheet also the sink. The fifth sheet was the toilet roll holder. The sixth one was like going around the corner. And me, if you know how our downstairs bathroom looks, we've got this like cute little ledge thing, which looks great. Had to work around that. Had to try and figure out the pattern and how it was going to work, like going around a corner. The next sheet was also around the corner. Then the next one was the freaking radiator, and then we had the door. Every single sheet, there was just like a big obstacle to work around, and oh, was it hard. It was just one of those mentally challenging things. Like I'd started doing it at a decent time on Sunday and I finished it at 11 p.m. and that room is very small. God help me if I was wallpapering a big room, but I don't know whether a bedroom that just sort of had like a door to work around would actually have been easier. I don't know. If you're thinking about doing it yourself, what I'd say is, are you usually good at these things? If the answer is no, I would say don't try. And also, do you have the patience? If the answer is no, don't try. I was literally like tearing my hair out by the end of it. And I said to Elliot, if I ever say again, oh, I'm gonna wallpaper this room, tell me not to do it. So yeah, that's how it went. But I think it looks amazing. Every time I go in, I'm like, wow, this looks so good. I wish I'd done it earlier. I was really worried that doing something that's a little bit darker in colour, because that room, if you remember, was just like a really light, neutrally beigey colour. I really thought doing something darker was going to make the room feel smaller. I actually think it looks bigger. I don't know what that's about, but it looks really good. I think I've dipped my toe into the world of wallpaper and pattern. Obviously, I kind of did with this room as well, but this room feels different because it's just a room for me. And like I've said before, it's just like a little creative space, and I wanted the wallpaper to be a kind of, I don't know, make it feel like a creative space. So yeah, that's how that went. But let's go downstairs and I'm gonna talk you through it quickly. So this is the bathroom. I don't know whether to show you with the light on or not really, because it's so dark in here. Do you know what, it's actually so dark. I'll show you with the light, even though it just doesn't really do a lot for it. But this is it, finished. And it's gonna be really difficult to show you because it's such a small, awkward place, but I absolutely love it. I just think it adds so much to the room. Hang on, let's swizzle around. So yeah, this is what it looks like, basically when you sat on the toilet. But yeah, it's such a stunning wallpaper, and honestly, the quality of it is just, quality of the Sandberg wallpapers, I think, is really unmatched. I just think it is really such a beautiful company. And that's it with our new little sink area, which again, I just think looks so good. It really makes such a difference. And just using this, obviously the last couple of days, I have noticed how much better it is just having a flow of water that just points down. And even if it floods this area, it doesn't matter because we've got tiles and it's really easy to wipe down. Yeah, even the tiles just look so stunning and just stand out really well. Like, I'm glad we went for that colour because I think it looks really great with the wallpaper as sort of the backdrop. I'd actually planned to film loads of little like time lapses of me doing it, but the concentration that went into this room, like I said, I was honestly like tearing my hair out. So the idea of also giving you a bit of a run through of how it was going when we're in such a small space, like really difficult to set up a camera anywhere. It was just very difficult, but just take my word for it. It was very hard, and there's a reason why decorators exist. There's a reason why that is a career, and it's because they're incredibly talented. But no regrets in the sense of I just adore how it looks. I really think it was worth doing. That's probably a good way of wording it. I forgot to add, what we now need is a mirror to go here. And I'm thinking possibly a circular mirror because it's very boxy sink with like quite boxy tiles. So I'm thinking round could be good, or something with round edges anyway. And then either here or here, to be fair, probably both, on both sides, some art, maybe with little wooden frames. I love those wooden frames that I bought from Dunelm, and I'm thinking maybe like, I don't know, 2 things next to each other. I don't really know what to put there, but any ideas, suggestions, very much welcome. So this room, which is Elliot's kind of walk-in wardrobe space, is about to have a bit of a revamp. Cleared a space and a new chest of drawers is about to arrive. If you remember when we moved into the house, I made Elliot this chest of drawers. I painted it and I still absolutely love it, but it's just a little bit too small and he always has too much stuff basically to actually fit in all the drawers, and then we have piles of clothes everywhere. So we've gone with a new chest of drawers to go here that's black, a little bit taller, and we're just gonna have in general a little bit of a revamp, possibly a new mirror because this IKEA one is a little bit old and cracked at the top actually now. We've got some prints to go up. They're the ones that I got from Dunelm the other day, if you remember. But yeah, it's gonna go roughly here, and then I personally think this mirror needs to just be a little bit narrower to fit the space better, but it'll just mean it's not as crowded, but it's literally about to arrive, so I will show you when it gets here. One of you left a comment on my last video asking about my jewellery and talking through where my jewellery is from. By the way, I love reading your comments and I love when you give me ideas. I do write them all down and you guys always have really good ideas, and it's often things I wouldn't even think to talk through. So I thought we'd go through some of my jewellery. We're not going to go through it all because I have so much gold jewellery that it would literally take forever, but we'll go through my kind of most frequently worn bits. So as you probably know, I'm a hoop girl through and through. If I wear earrings that aren't hoops, I just don't feel myself. Maybe that'll change one day. So the ones that I wear most frequently are this little set of gold hoops. They are from By Ray, and they actually came with a little T-bar, and it's that set of earrings that the brand I think is like most known for. Basically it matches my T-bar necklace, but I just don't know where they are at the moment. I think they're in one of my jewelry boxes. But yeah, basically like a mini version of those, and makes a super cute pair of earrings. But when I got them, I was like, well, I'm not gonna wear the T-bar every day, but this was a perfect set of little gold hoops to wear every day. So I wear these all the time. The good thing about By Ray as a brand is that it's like a non-tarnished gold brand. I hate taking my jewelry off when I shower, and if it's not waterproof, wearing it in water time and time again just tarnishes it, obviously unless it's real gold, and most of my jewelry is not real gold. The other pair, which I've been wearing a lot recently, this like mini gold hoop, to be honest very similar to the ones from By Ray, but they've got like a little dangly heart on the bottom, and I just think they're really cute. I actually get loads of compliments in person on these, and I don't know why. I don't think they're that amazing, but they're from a brand called Neck on the Line, and I don't know if it's just because it's like a simple pair of earrings elevated a bit, but very similar to By Ray in the sense it's a non-tarnishing kind of gold brand. Have one more pair which I wore all through summer, which I'm going to show you, which were also from Neck on the Line, and they're these little spiral ones. They're a bit more of a statement earring, but still kind of like a hoop design. This is one of my pairs from By Glaze, and I just think they are the most beautiful little hoops with that little rib design on them. They are such gorgeous size as well. Absolutely love these. I wear them a lot. I just don't wear them in the shower, so generally day to day when I'm filming, I'm not often wearing them. I also have these in the bigger size, which again, I love. I wore these a lot at Glastonbury, and I wear them a lot on like nights out and things, and they're basically just a much bigger pair, but still that sort of like delicate design, and I just absolutely adore them. Onto necklaces, I really have 2 that I wear every day at the moment. This one's from By Ray, and it's my T-bar necklace. And the other one is from Neck on the Line. Again, it's a waterproof one with a little like pearl cross on. I actually got as more of like a summer sort of like statement necklace. I've just ended up wearing it as like a day-to-day necklace and I just love it. I just think the pearly cross adds such a little extra, you know, to an outfit. Oh wow, some of these are so tangled. I just thought I'd show you this necklace because I got it from some of my school friends for my birthday, if I can ever get it undone. I absolutely love it. I just have to be careful because again, it's gold plated. I can't remember the brand, but I will try and link it below if I do remember because I think they're such beautiful presents. It's my star sign, which is Cancer, and I just think it's so pretty. So I wear that quite a lot out the house at the moment. And I also have a necklace and a bracelet set. I don't know what I've done with the bracelet because I got that from my uni girls for my birthday. A really chunky Misoma chain, which I use when I'm dressing up a little bit more. And I have the matching bracelet, which is from my uni girls, and I've just got absolutely no idea where it is right now. But on to rings. So I have one real gold ring, which is this ring that Elliot got me when we were in Greece a few years ago. I wear it all the time. I love the pattern on it. And my goal is for all my rings to be beautiful and like delicate, real gold day to day. But real gold really is just so expensive. Another ring that I love, I wear all the time, is this little one, which I wear on my pinky, which is from By Glaze. Just think it's beautiful, kind of organic shape. Really, really love that. And then the other three that I wear quite a lot, I'm pretty sure are all from By Ray. Then I have 5 more that I sort of wear on repeat. 3 of them are more like day to day because again, they're waterproof design. I'm just gonna put these on just to show you. This one's another really delicate one, which is from By Ray. And these 2, I'm pretty sure are also from By Ray and just good day-to-day rings. Then I have this chunky one, which Elliot got me years ago, and it's actually kept its color well. I don't know whether it's just because doesn't have too much contact with like the back of my finger or anything, but that's from Misoma, and it's I think one of their like waffle collection ones. And I also have this chunky black one from Misoma as well. I think it's from Misoma anyway, and it just adds a little bit extra to my outfit. That's not how I'd wear them, but I'm just putting them on to show you. And then bracelets, like I said, I have that chunky chain bracelet from Misoma, which I wear a lot. And then these 2, this one was actually one from my christening, so I've got no idea where it's from. Obviously just looks stunning with my whoop. I feel like my whoop and Apple Watch just ruin everything aesthetically. So yeah, that was definitely from like a family member or godparent or something for my christening, but that is real gold. Then this one, I think was from Monica Vinada, or Vinada, I'm gonna say. And my sister got it for me for my birthday a couple of years ago, and it's got engraved on it the coordinates of my mum's family home in Kenya, which is a really, really special place for us, somewhere that me and my sister have like the most beautiful memories. And yeah, so she got me that, and then I just feel like, as you probably know, me and my sister Hayley are mega close, so when I wear that I just feel like it's like a little bit of good luck, I'm gonna say. But yeah, that's where most of my pieces are from. But yeah, if you ever see anything you were like, where's that from, just leave a comment because I will always try and get back to you. So I got sent some electrolytes, which I think is genius, in a little squeezy bottle. What you're meant to do is fill a glass with water. I actually did it last night for the first time, so I have tested this out already. Have a glass of water. So 1 glass to a tall glass of water and 2 pumps to a bottle. And they say aim for a total of 4 to 8 pumps, which I would do if I was exercising, which I'm not until later on. So I'm just gonna do 1.5, and then you give it a stir, and it's ready to go. And it pretty much just tastes like normal water, kind of like a slightly saltier version of normal water, but I thought I'd share because I think it's such a good idea as a product if you're into taking electrolytes. And the brand is Ocean, and again, the branding is just lovely. And right on cue, that is the chest of drawers arriving. Okay, I'm not actually going to show you the chest of drawers now because Elliot's kind of like rearranging things up there, so I thought I'd let him get it all looking nice before I show you. But I have got 15 minutes to put together my lunch because I've got my nail appointment, which I'm really happy for because during the wallpapering process, my nails have just got so scuffed and they're looking horrible. Bit of a different one for me because we're trying out some of these Peter's Yard original sourdough crisp bread. I had a look at them. They were reduced in Waitrose in the like office section, and the ingredients are really, really good in them. So I thought I'd give them a try. We've got some salmon, which Elliot actually meal prepped this week. He did really well. I don't have any sweet potato or anything, so I've got leftover crispy chickpeas, which I had on a salad at the weekend. And we're gonna put that with some cottage cheese for some extra protein, the pickled onions that I made last week in last week's vid, beetroot, some cooked greens that we meal prepped, sauerkraut, and chicory and dressing. So we'll put this together really quickly. I just had my nails done, and my nail lady, Abby, convinced me to get something a little bit Halloween-y. So I've gone for the tiniest, cutest little pumpkins ever. Look at that. Hopefully you can see. So freaking cute. I'm actually obsessed. She really wanted me to go for ghosts, but I just said, I was like, I'm not doing anything for Halloween, like literally nothing this year, because I am away this weekend and I'm away next weekend as well. Both for really exciting things. One's for a Hindu and one is for one of my friends' like birthday weekends in the Lake District. I just thought if I've got actual Halloween-y nails, I just feel like pumpkins are autumnal and a bit Halloween-y, but not sure. But I said, hold me to it, and next year I'm gonna go for ghosts and witches' cauldrons and stuff if we're doing anything exciting for Halloween. But yeah, just thought they were so cute. And I like also that in my recipe stuff on Instagram, when I'm filming videos, most of the nails are plain. So I don't know, I just don't want festive nails in videos that are potentially going to be used for like lots of content coming up. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyway, back home and back to it. So I know I was talking about my slippers before, but this is the colorway that I got Elliot, like a little light gray, dark gray kind of thing. And yeah, they're just so gorgeous and woolly. You can probably see a bit better up close. But keep your feet toasty literally all day. So this is Elliot's new chest of drawers, which was from the Cotswold company. It's actually the same chest of drawers, but just in a different height and length as the one that we have in our spare room in white. And it's made beautifully. I mean, they're not the cheapest, but they're also not the most expensive. I think they're not the cheapest if you're comparing to IKEA, but considering how well made they are, I actually don't think they're too bad. So it'll just give him a bit more drawer space. And I actually think the height of this is much better than the other one. It's just gonna be a challenge for him to not get it all cluttered now because he does have a tendency of doing that. But we now need to move this piece of artwork, add these two pieces of art onto the wall. I don't know whether we centre that maybe and add those somewhere else. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but we'll figure it out. A nice new mirror, and yeah, this room is gonna really come together. Do you know something funny about this room is it is actually painted in very pale pink. It was a women's like dressing room before we moved in, but it's so pale you can honestly hardly tell. That Elliot had never noticed. I had to point it out to him. I think you can only see when you compare the ceiling to the wall, but yeah, actually very pale pink. I was trying to persuade him to paint it in a darker colour, but he seems to like it quite light, so that's fair enough because it does look great. I am gonna wrap this up here, guys, but I just wanted to announce the winner of the competition from the first video. I will have probably sent it out to them before this video even goes up, but I wanted to also announce it on here. But the winner is Lucy Bell 93 is your Instagram handle, and it's Lucy Featherstone. And you're gonna get a whole load of amazing goodies. There are actually more that have gone into the bag even since I did that video. So I'll get that sent out, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy. I'll definitely do more giveaways in the upcoming
months if I keep going with YouTube, just because I always get sent lots of products from brands, and like I mentioned in the last one, there's no way that I can ever use everything, so it'll all go into a bag and then I'll do another giveaway with it. But thanks so much for watching again, guys. I have absolutely loved being back on here and filming videos, so yeah, thank you so much for your support. Honestly, every comment just means so much to me. It makes me feel excited about filming, which is just such a lovely feeling. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.